মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল, আজি আমি কাইণ্ডনেছ নামৰ পাঠটি আলোচনা কৰিবলৈ ওলাইছোঁ। প্ৰথমতে মই পেৰাগ্ৰাফ ৱাইজ পঢ়ি যাম আৰু তোমালোকে মন দি শুনি যাবা।
Every year, when the rainy season comes to an end and winter is about to begin, Kashmiri vendors arrive at the city. They travel around the city to sell their handicrafted shawls, purses, blankets, and even carpets. It is a hard life for these vendors. Their hardship does not end with their long journey from Kashmir to the city. In fact, it is just the beginning. They stay at cheap hotels and roam around the city streets all day. They are bent with the load on their backs, shouting their where they look for buyers.
এতিয়া পেৰাগ্ৰাফ 1 আৰু 2 থকা ডিফিকাল্ট ৱৰ্ড মিনিংখিনি আমি ইয়াতে আলোচনা কৰিম, তোমালোকে চাই ল'বা। ৱৰ্ডবিলাক হৈছে এৰাইভ, ভেণ্ডৰ্ছ, হেণ্ডক্ৰাফটেড, ট্ৰেভেল এৰাউণ্ড, হাৰ্ডশ্বিপ, চিপ, ৰোম, চিটি ষ্ট্ৰীট, বেণ্ট উইথ, লোড এণ্ড ৱেৰ। ইয়াৰ অসমীয়া অৰ্থখিনি দিয়া আছে, তোমালোকে চাই ল'ব পাৰা। নেক্সট পেৰাগ্ৰাফ। I would have never known all this if it were not for a chance meeting with a couple of Kashmiri vendors at my brother-in-law's house. We were seated in my brother-in-law's veranda when two Kashmiri vendors, who looked like father and son, came in. The younger man carried a bundle on his back, while the other, frail and old, called attention to their wares in a sufficiently loud voice. Kashmiri shawls, Kashmiri shawls. I was surprised when my brother-in-law called the vendors in. I was sure that he needed nothing from them, but he began examining their shawls and short jackets. His wife, my sister, who was in the kitchen, got busy making tea. She knew that her husband wouldn't buy anything from vendors. I felt sorry for them. When my brother-in-law asked me to buy something, I politely declined. He then started chatting with the vendors about their families and their homeland. এতিয়া পেৰাগ্ৰাফ 3 and 4 এই দুটাৰ ডিফিকাল্ট ৱৰ্ড মিনিংখিনি আমি আলোচনা কৰিছোঁ, তোমালোকে এবাৰ চাই লোৱা। ৱৰ্ডবিলাক হৈছে couple, seated in, carried, sufficiently, surprised, felt sorry, politely, declined, chatting with. আৰু কিছুমান আছে, তোমালোকে কিতাপৰ পৰা সেইখিনি বিচাৰি উলিয়াব পাৰিবা। Paragraph number 5. As they narrated the details of their different lives, I felt sad and guilty at being a party to such behavior. But my brother-in-law suddenly called out to his wife and asked her to serve the visitors something to eat, since they would be hungry. She quickly brought some food into the veranda. The vendors hesitated initially, but agreed to eat when my brother-in-law insisted. After a hearty meal, they left, promising to bring better things next year. It last paragraph to Saba. It was then that my brother-in-law spoke to me. I am well aware of the hardships faced by these Kashmiri vendors, he said, as I looked at him, still confused. They eat in the morning and spend the rest of the day roaming around the city on foot, hungry and thirsty. When I saw them, I wanted to offer them food, but they have their pride. They would never accept anything unless I pretended I was interested in their wares. So, I had to make the offer of the food look unplanned. এতিয়া পেৰাগ্ৰাফ 5 আৰু 6ত থকা ডিফিকাল্ট ৱৰ্ড মিনিংখিনি আমি আলোচনা কৰিছোঁ তোমালোকে চাই ল'বা এই শব্দকেইটা হৈছে narrated, guilty, called out, hesitated, initially, insisted, looked at, confused, pretended, thirsty, and unplanned. এতিয়া আমি এক্টিভিটিজখিনি চাওঁ Question number 1 আছে answer these questions to check your understanding. So let us discuss question number 1. When do the Kashmiri vendors travel to cities to sell their goods? ইয়াৰ উত্তৰটো হৈছে Kashmiri vendors travel around the cities to sell their goods when the rainy season comes to an end and winter is about to begin. Question number B. Why is it a hard life for the Kashmiri vendors? ইয়াৰ উত্তৰটো হ'ব Kashmiri vendors spend a hard life throughout the season. They have to stay at cheaper hotels. All day long, they roam around the city street in search of customers. They become bent with the carrying items. Next, question number C. Why was the author surprised when his brother-in-law called the vendors? Answer. The author was surprised when his brother-in-law called the vendors in. He was sure that his brother-in-law had needed nothing from them. Next, question number D. I felt sad and guilty at being a party to such behavior. What does the word party mean here and what kind of behavior did he refer to? Answer. Unsympathetic and unkind behavior of the author referred to here. In the lesson, author's unplanned association with the vendors is meant by the word party. Last প্ৰশ্নটো হৈছে Who was kind? What was his deed of kindness? Answer. Author's brother-in-law was kind. Brother-in-law offered food to the vendors. He was well aware of their miserable condition. It was an act of kindness from his part. মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল আশা কৰিছোঁ তোমালোকে পাঠটো অকণমান হ'লেও শিকিব পাৰিছা আৰু সেই আশাৰে আজিৰ এই পাঠটিৰ প্ৰথম অংশটিৰ ক্লাছটো ইমানতে সমাপ্ত কৰিছোঁ ধন্যবাদ Thanks for watching